companies. We have sort of opposite stories. So my family is pretty average, middle class, like small town people, good people. I'm right there actually. And so it's interesting because I grew up with a mom, she's sitting right there in the gray, who actually showed me that powerful women come in all different types, because she did not have a career, but her job and her career was taking care of us. And so I knew that if I ever needed to be picked up from school or, was sick or needed something, she was always there and always available. And I think that gave me a ton of confidence, and it allowed me to feel that I could go out into the world and sort of be anything I wanted to be. I also had a dad, interesting, was very progressive, I think, for his time, because I have two brothers, one of which is right there as well. And so I grew up in a household where I never felt like my brothers deserved better treatment than me, or they were expected to go further than me. I think, in fact, and my brother probably attests to this, I think my dad thought that I would always go further than them, and sort of like told me that's what was going to happen. He's shaking his head. But, my parents, both of them, did not graduate from high school. My brother was the first in our family to go to college, and I'm the second, and I think I'm the first and probably still the only that went to law school. And I used to think in my younger days when I was in law school, I remember having a group of friends in a study group where one's father was a senator and, one's father was the CEO of like DuPont. And I remember thinking, wow, like my dad's an auto mechanic. And I thought it was like a negative, but now looking back, I realized that that was a huge positive, because it taught me things that those kids were not able to learn. So I was, I learned at a very young age how to deal with people of all, races, religions, everything under the sun, because I would hang out at my dad's garage, and there would be just people there from all different walks of life. And so, I learned to appreciate people for who they were. I learned to best communicate with all different types of people. And so I look back now and I say that my greatest blessing was that I come from two really good people, down-to-earth people, who were able to teach me how to be a good human. Because at the end of the day, I run my companies with the idea always in mind of caring about the people. Because if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be running companies or anything, because it's all about people. And it's their lives, and they're the lives of their children. You just always have to be mindful of that. And I just keep in my mind that whatever decisions I make, I should make on behalf of myself, but also on behalf of them, because I know that it greatly affects the lives of a lot of people. So you can't fake care about people. You either do or you don't, because if you fake care about people, it comes off that way, and it's just awful. But if you do, you run your companies in a way that people feel great and appreciated, and the culture is good. And, I really feel like at the end of the day, that's really all that you can do to give back in terms of being a leader. And the other thing is just being a really good role model for my daughter, who's sitting right there. And she's on her phone now, so put your phone down. And my niece who's sitting there, and just because they're watching. And I never a day in my life tell my daughter there's anything that she can't do. She can do anything she wants to do. She's a full-blown career at 8. I mean, she is magnificent and dynamic, and my niece is talented. And so, I don't need to tell them they're going to go super far in the world, but I just never want them to feel any less. And, the statistics are staggering. I actually read one when I was in bed this morning, that it's going to take over 200 years to fix the gap in terms of pay and gender. That makes me very sad and emotional for people like them, because I look at my daughter and anyone that surrounds her, and I say she can do it probably better, faster, smarter, and she'll do it in high heels. And knowing my daughter, probably Louis Vuittons. And I just say, like, why shouldn't she be paid equally to men? And that statistic is just, it's upsetting, but we'll get there. I don't think it's going to take 200 years, because the next generation of Emersons are going to make sure that it's cut in half, right, babe? Thank you.